Today we're going to be talking about the invisible toxin in the environment. Well, if you've already read the title, you know what I'm talking about. And I call this invisible because it's so not something you can put your finger on, but it's literally everywhere you go. It kind of follows you no matter where you go. Yeah, I'm talking about EMF, electromagnetic frequency, the thing that is radiated from almost all electronics and a whole lot of other things that we know that exist today. And yeah, they apparently make our life a little more convenient, but it is impacting a lot of lives at many levels, especially depending on the level of exposure and the intensity at which that exposure is done. Now, you might say, what about it? Right? Yeah, I know, I understand you cannot escape from it. No matter where you go, it's going to be there, whether it's a cell phone tower or a microwave or, a TV or whatever. So there's so much of electronics and equipment and stuff all over. So no matter where you go, it's going to be there. So there's really no escape from it unless you're living in the woods. And you might still need some of that, or, if you need internet, or if you need to print, or if you need to work on your laptop or any of these gadgets, you're bringing it in wherever you go. Although, yes, it's much lesser when you go outside the city or when you're in nature. But one thing that I want to cover today, if not any other parts, is look at what's really going on in your home, because that's where we spend a lot of our time. And more so, I want to draw our attention to the bedroom. And a lot of people have TV in the bedroom and they don't even turn it off when they go to bed. So imagine the amount of EMF exposure, small or big, doesn't matter, that is happening all night. So there's no way you're going to get restful, deep, good quality sleep if that's what's bombarding you all night. And especially for most people, it's pretty close to bed, right in front of the bed, if not anywhere else. Or if you have a printer or a Wi-Fi router, that's another thing. Completely turn them off before you go to bed. Even the TV. When I say off, I mean completely off. If possible, switch it off from the main plug. It might almost always be easier if you just had like an extension or a spike buster there, you had all these things plugged in and you just turn off one main switch before you go to bed. So that way, everything is completely turned off. Yeah, the printer, the Wi-Fi router, the TV, and whatever other big gadgets you might have inside, turn them completely off. And another thing I definitely recommend you do is keeping your cell phones or iPads or computers, whatever they may be, at least 5 feet away from you when you go to bed. Even if it's in the airplane mode, it does not matter, it's still on, right? So any gadget, anything electronic, keep it at least 5 feet away from you, especially if you cannot like shut it down, power it down, or if it needs to be there, I don't know why, but if it needs to be there in your bedroom, then make sure it's at least 5 feet away. Well, an upside to that is, let's say the alarm rings in the morning, you'll have to get up and go and get that thing, right? So there is a higher chance you'll wake up without having to snooze the alarm like 20 times. So that might help. And some people will say, oh, I put it in airplane mode. Doesn't matter, it's still on, right? And if you're someone that is in the habit of watching something before you go to bed, either on your phone, your iPad, or your laptop, please don't keep it on your body. What I mean is, don't directly make it perch on your body, wherever, whether it's the lap or anywhere else that you might be holding the device. Keep something in between, like a pillow or any of these lap desks, or there's plenty of options out there. So that is needed. So the body is not continuously exposed to this particular frequency all the time. And there's plenty of other things. You can even look around the home. There are many options to bring down the EMF radiation and the impact of that in the house. There are plenty of options for that. You can do some research and see what works for you, what resonates with you. Research is important because you don't know if a particular product works for you or not unless you really read about it, try it. So I would say do some research. Get to know what's going on around you. Understand where the nearest cell phone tower is or some other major power setup near you. All of these will impact your health at many levels. Whether it's small or big, does not matter because it's the long-term effects we are looking at. While we cannot escape, we can at least minimize. And that's the theme I want to share with you. If you have any further questions or if you'd like to connect to know more, feel free to reach out. Happy to hear from you and happy to support you. Until next time, take care.